Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, treasure looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. They don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I said to hell.
On Core Digest,
I want to know why I should be believing them.
every weekday, we'll bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody have your right in Nigeria, right?
Where you are the judge.
A very beautiful morning to you. Thank you so very much for joining us in today's edition of Core Digest Extra. I am Omotayo Alo, and you know, I'm so excited because it's still the season of Easter, and yesterday was Good Friday. You know, irrespective of the fact that some people spend Good Friday on few queues, you know, that's not enough to be sad. Or the fact that, oh, I really don't have enough money to make this celebration worthwhile, it shouldn't be a reason to be sad. You know, like a saying goes that when there is life, there is hope. And so it's not so good when we already feel so bad with ourselves and, you know, the whole celebration is so negative and worthless at the end of the day. So in spite of every condition, you know, it's very good that we give thanks and hope for a better future as we expect a new Nigeria in the coming days from now. And today on the program, we're taking a sneak peek into the education sector. Of course, you say education is the bedrock of a good foundation. And while the children of today are the leaders of tomorrow, you know, we want to take a look at the policies in the education sector, the experience students pass through while they acquire knowledge, basically. And focusing, what we would like to focus on today basically is the recently held unified tertiary matriculation examination, what people call UTME, and of course the computer-based tests. Of course, they had to write the exams using computer as against the pencil and paper experience that used to be done when people want to write exam. And so that's what we'll be focusing on. So we'll have different stakeholders, we'll bring in them on the program to tell us what their experience are, and of course prefer some solutions to the many challenges being faced by students who we saw protest the results they got at the end of the day, saying that the computer-based test was really not what they bargained for. The server was low. Some of them said that the test was too cheap and the results coming out was a far cry from what they expected. So all of that is what we'll be looking at on Core Digest Extra today. But right now we'll take a very quick break, and when we return, we'll be doing a review of the weeklies. Just stay with us.
For topical issues, Nigerians must have something to say.
Arms. We don't need arms for anything. Let them put it into education.
They need to buy another arms now. What are they fighting for? Who? Government should deal with them squarely.
Please help us bring back our guests. No money, no markets. We are dying. Everybody is crying. Nothing.
Any man God support, no man stops.
It's a prophecy I believe he must have received from heaven. Yes.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Core TV News now live on all Androids.
Welcome to Core TV Primetime News.
Download Core TV News app from your Play Store. Click on the menu to see all our top stories from politics, sports, business, foreign news and live TV to watch us live on your mobile.
I want to know why I should be believing them.
You can also click on video to see all our YouTube videos. Core TV News, a 24-hour news station.
On the DAILIES this morning, Nigerians encourage corruption, cites Junifesta of the Punch newspaper. A major Nigerian Governor Forum calls for Okonjo Iweala's resignation. Page 2 of the Punch newspaper. The DAILIES, every day on Core TV News.
Good to have you join us again. The program is still called Digest Extra on Core TV News, and we've come to the segment where we do a review of the weeklies. And as usual, my colleague is here at Pasade Omohui. Good to have you today.
It's a pleasure being
Yeah, and so it's Happy Easter.
I wish you the same. Hope Good Friday was great for you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you know, sometimes spent in traffic.
Yeah.
What can I say? Okay, I would start with The Nation this morning, and on the front page of The Nation newspaper, we have quite a number of headlines here, from the good to the bad and the very ugly. And so we'll start with this one on the top of The Nation newspaper as fuel crisis. We empathize with Nigerians, says NNPC. Really, for someone like me, you should really empathize with me. Because, you know, the aftermath of people queuing for fuel, you know, staying long hours in traffic, it's just like, I wish, you know, at this point, that's when you wish that you had a jet that could just take you off and the rest. But, you know, it's going to get better. I'm very optimistic that things will get better, regardless of how terrible it might seem today. And so you can find out all the details on that story on page 7. And Ryder says, reels out short long-term solution. Marketers lobby cooperation as scarcity bites harder. And we have on page 45, no Rivers rerun until security is guaranteed, INEC vows. I think it's about time.
Yeah.
Because really it's not good that so many people lose their lives because there is an election.
Yeah.
You get. And so, well, it's a good decision, but at the same time, you know, those seats being vacant and the rest, you know, the tension will still be there. And of course, those who think they should fill that position would really not want to sit and have their arms fold. Yeah. But, you know, at the end of the day, really, the value for human life should take priority over anyone's ambition for any political position, basically. And so on page 45 as well, we have 20-year-old communal war gathers fresh cloud in Delta. Guerrilla fighters move arms in coffins. Wow. Okay, then away from that, we have the bold headline here. It says, self-professed Chibok girl's suicide bomber arrested. You know, how can you self-profess that you're a suicide bomber? And you see here, Nigeria, Cameroon to verify her claims. What do you make of this revelation, Bosse?
Well, the girl is coming out to say she... Okay, I'm saying it like, is it that the girl is from Chibok? Maybe she's one of those over 200 girls abducted, and now maybe she was told to come back to her community and carry out another havoc. Or could it be that, or could it just be that she's just coming out to say she was one of those that carried out the attack in Chibok back then? Whichever one it is, well, of course, this has to be investigated to know that this child isn't just going through some psychological experience, trauma to be saying this. But of course, it should be investigated, and the investigation should be done in such a way that she'll be free to actually say all she can. She shouldn't be grilled like she was in some DSS custody with you know, so much pressure on her.
Yeah, intelligence gathering there. And so away from that, we also have an headline which says 116 billion naira UMSA contract. FG to refer 300 indicted persons, firms to EFCC, ICPC and the police. Find out all the details on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. Another here we see is a father who rapes 12-year-old daughter in Bayelsa. Aborts baby. He serially raped me too, says 27-year-old niece.
Doesn't he have a wife? If he doesn't have a wife, can't he just remarry? What really is happening? What's this world turning into? So many things happening actually, and you get to wonder whatever happened to our moral values as Nigerians, as Africans. You know, these are issues that were not heard of in our existence as a continent of Africa. And remember, Nigeria is the giant of Africa. So this is a far cry from what we used to represent, and it is high time we actually got back to that state. Marriage is free, like basically free.
Exactly.
If you need a partner, why your daughter? That's incest. That's
And you know, he went as far as even aborting
the child
baby
because
boy, 12-year-old.
he doesn't want his secret leaked. He doesn't want the world to see what he's done. But when will the world not know? And I'm really glad that the girl was able to actually speak up. Although she might be feeling some pity because, you know, blood is still blood. But what the man has done is terrible. Very terrible. And, you know, I think I just want to join those that conclude that those who involved in rape are just psychiatric patients, because you want to wonder what will be running through your mind. You rape your own daughter. She gets pregnant. You abort the baby. And even the niece is confessing that he serially raped her. Not once, not twice, not three, well, I guess people like this should just be locked up in zoos, because it's clearly not a human act to carry out, basically. And so, away from that story, really, we see what we have in Saturday Punch, as we have 2 die in Lagos filling station underground tank. Wow. 2 die in Lagos filling station underground tank. Find out details on page 26 and 27 of the Saturday Punch. That's a very sad one there. And we see here, no regret marrying judge who dissolved my marriage. Wow. I need to meet that judge. You know, it's like in the days of yore when our parents, our forefathers would, when someone is sick, you take the person to this native doctor. Okay. The person heals her, and in the long run, you find out that the payment is in kind. So he just marries the lady, you know, and he just has an array of women as wives, and well, I really wonder what the husband will be doing. I hope the dissolution of the marriage was mutual. If not, the judge should please watch his back. Okay, wow, that name is doing Adeyeri, who got married to the judge that dissolved a marriage. Well, things we do for love, basically. And so on page 9, Nigerians mark Good Friday in few stations. Well, I didn't mark mine in the few station, but it was in the traffic gridlock. Yeah, which was caused by queues. Yeah. And you know, that's one thing. You know, Bosse, I think we mentioned this even before this program, that, you know, at such places, that's where you ought to find road regulators. Exactly. But, you know, coming through those that traffic, there was no single one. You know, we were speaking with Rashid, and even Jamil yesterday on the reporter, and they mentioned that it appears the traffic regulators, the NNPC officials themselves have gone on holiday, because really what they're supposed to be doing, especially at this time, we don't see them do it. You find so much traffic that, you know, with just the help of one traffic official, there will be way. But, you know, everyone just wants to pose that he is the man of the road. Doesn't want to give way for the at the expense of other people. Of course, yes. And especially considering these fuel queue issues, you find queues for fuel about 2-3 lanes, and on Lagos roads that are not so wide. Yeah, exactly. You know, you just stay on the road like. You, as some comedian said, you can cook on the road. You buy tomatoes, buy everything, and right on the road, you cook. But really, it's not so nice. You know, you want to wonder why there are no traffic regulators on the road. You know, the absence really leaves much to be desired, and you want to know where they are really. If they are not here, where else will they be? And so, away from that story, on page 9, we see here as fresh power tussle in APC. Buhari woos Tinubu again to give party leaders aid stop government appointment. That's on page 6 of the Saturday Punch. And we see here quite a very funny scene. Okay, the Passion of the Christ. And you know, this Jesus Christ looks pretty funny. This one even looks a bit fair. You know, there was one that looked so black. I don't know the complexion. Oh, Jesus, really. But you know, different representation we give of Jesus Christ, and you see members of St. Francis Catholic Church during the reenactment of the crucifixion of Christ in Oregon, Lagos. I believe that in all of this guy was actually beaten somehow. Although, you know, it might not be just church, but you know, having a feel of what Jesus Christ experienced won't be a bad idea. All right, away from that, we go to page 28 as DSS told me Fayose should be removed. Wow. Ekiti lawmaker detained for 18 days. Right, that's not a case of coercion.
You know, why will DSS tell him that Fayoshi should be removed?
Well, there are different things that happen in the course of that do I call it saga now. The first we heard was that when some folks among those who were abducted, let me say abducted because that's what they were using, were released, they said they were offered a particular amount of money to impeach Ekiti Governor Ayodele Fayoshi, and of course it was all over. You know, remember there was some other time the Commissioner for Information and some other persons gathered to address the press, telling them that this gentleman was dead, Afolabi Akoni. And then, you know, in a swift response, the DSS produced him, but of course, he looks really frail. Look at the image there, see him looking so frail. And what we heard next was he was released. I'm sure that must have been as a result of pressure from the Ekiti state government and all the persons, even his family. And then he was released. But of course, the first thing he did was to be admitted into an Abuja hospital. And you know, when he was coming back, I saw that he had actually changed. He was waving and all of that. He had changed. But I'm just trying to imagine what he went through in the hands of the DSS. Is this what happens when people are being grilled? When it's not even sure just yet what offense you have committed. And if really what he has said here is true, then I think it leaves much to be desired. Because you don't coerce someone to go impeach another when there is no basis for it.
And you know, this is what many legal practitioners are calling for, that you know, we know that you want to achieve some certain things, but you know, the rule of law should actually be upheld in all of this things, because you know, when people use sentiment to carry out their actions or duties, you know, we always get a state of anarchy where even those who are supposed to uphold the law are breaking the law and affecting the common man here. Or you want to find out all the details of this story on page 28 of the Saturday Punch. Fresh deployment in Northeast. Police lobby for exemption. Page 7. Suicide bomber detained in Cameroon says she's one of the Chibok girls. Find out all the details on page 10 of the Saturday Punch. And moving on to The Guardian this morning, we have here that how government's policy inconsistency is driving petrol scarcity. Well, we could see the aftermath of that in most filling stations. I beg your pardon. And we see Abuja, Lagos witness unprecedented queues. That's a good word to actually capture what we experience in Lagos. And so you find out all the details on page 2. Away from that, as Labour religious leaders caution El Rufai against anti-people policies. Government reassures they are in public interest. Find out details on page 2 of the Guardian newspaper. And you know, I think this has to do with the ban on public preaching by the governor of the state. But you know, the government reassuring that it's in public interest. You want to find out how much public are going to benefit from such policies. You know, the definition of the public should be properly given here. We'll find out details on page 2 of the Guardian newspaper. And on page 4, raped, impregnated by father, 12-year-old girl battles injuries from forced abortion.
I hope she survives.
Yeah, me too, boss. And on page 15, Otuba Gbenga, Daniel Hill and Hattie at 60.
He doesn't look that old.
Yeah, congratulations. You know, such a fun way to age there. And we see here, yes, another picture of Jesus Christ. Okay,
Jesus Christ. Don't even mention it.
Another picture. No, that's the way it's captioned now. Jesus Christ in quotes. It said Jesus Christ carrying the cross during the Good Friday reenactment by St. Mary's Catholic Church.
This Jesus Christ doesn't have long hair.
You know, it's clearly the Ibadan version of Jesus Christ here. But you know, after this experience, he would sit down and think of somebody experiencing this, and he knows how much Jesus Christ suffered for the sin of mankind. And so we have another picture story here. Director General NYSC, Brigadier General Johnson Olaomi, signing condolence register for late Chukwudumebi Okonta while his siblings look on at their family house in Ila, Delta State. Rest in peace, Okonta. A very sad one, but you know, it happened, and so one just believes that family members will be comforted at this period
of time.
Yeah.
Not just his family members, actually, the entire nation, because it's a supreme prize. He was serving as a youth corps member. This is an extra. So many youth corps members don't want to participate in elections
because of things like this.
Yes, but he still went all out. But this happened to him. So really, all of Nigeria is condoling his family.
Yeah, very correct. And we see an entertainment here as Ada Ame, story of an inimitable actress. Oh, really, this lady is funny. You need to see some of her movies. Well, you know, it's always good to celebrate success, basically. And so you want to read page 14 to find out all about this very wonderful actress who is doing the Nigerian movie industry proud. Yeah. And so we move straight to the Saturday Vanguard, and we see, we'll start with a very boldly written one: Nigerian next possible Al-Qaeda target. Expert warns FG. I say God forbid to that. Urges Abuja, Lagos to beef up security.
Well, it isn't just about forbidding it, really. After the Brussels attack, I read that, I can't really place what country and what government now, had actually warned Belgium that an attack was going to take place in its shores. But you know, the government is claiming that Belgium actually did not pay attention to that warning. So what warnings like this bring to us is just to be extra careful, as they mentioned there, that experts are warning federal government and that we should beef up security. We actually need to do that, not just in the capital city of Abuja, but actually every part of Nigeria, because every Nigerian life matters a whole lot to our nation.
And you know, it's good that this warning is coming early enough, so there are really no excuses not to put the right plans in place.
Yeah, but then another thing is that these groups that come up with these predictions and all of that should not just come up with a prediction. They also should have a way of partnering with the government on
because they know something to have said that.
Yes, you know, just a few days ago they were saying that some countries know the location of the Chibok girls, and have you been quiet all along? Is there some special support you need from the Nigerian government to be able to actually give us this information? Because Nigeria is in dire need of these girls. We need these girls back. Here is one out saying she is one of the Chibok girls. We're still trying to ratify that. But in all of this, they should not just make projections, but they should also offer solutions.
Very, very, very true, very bossy. And so you find out details of that story on page 32 of the Saturday Vanguard. How Fulani headsmen killed 4 policemen in Benue. Find out details on page 41, that's a revelation there. And we have APC's spokesman faults Saraki's trial, accuses FG of witch hunt. That's on page 5.
APC against APC, right?
Yeah. It's still the case of witch hunts here. And so, making 1 billion naira in this operation will be my last robbery. Robbery kingpin who eventually died in the operation.
How did they get him to speak? Was it before he died, or when did they make the revelation that a 1 billion naira target?
Probably he told the members of his gang who survived, and you know, probably that was going to be his last operation. But you know, at the end of the day, it's always never their last.
Because, you know, power corrupts. You just want more. If I can make this from this operation, I can make more from another operation. And so, you know, they keep on in circle that way.
Making 1 billion naira. You know, okay. Find out all the details of the story on page 16 of the Saturday Vanguard. And moving on, another picture of Jesus here. But this Jesus has...
This one has hair. And there's lots of tonic on his body as blood.
Blood, yeah. And so a stage drama by Catholic youth that depicts the suffering of Jesus Christ to commemorate Good Friday as part of the activities marking the Holy Week at Lady Queen of Nigeria Catholic Cathedral, Abuja.
But Tomataya, just take a look at those guys surrounding him. Those guys look deadly, like they're really ready to strike him till he must carry the cross. He must get to Calvary.
Good at him there. But you know, come to think of what really happened, the reality, it would have been a very sorry sin. Yeah. Okay, so we see another headline here: libido, what women wished men knew. Okay.
I want to read that first. We will later.
You want to, okay, you talk about that. Since are you an expert on this? Okay. All right, find out details of this story on page 10. And when Obas had to go on exile, page 14, Igodai speaks on 20 years as a comedian. Bossa, you should really say something, don't keep quiet.
Okay. Let me start with Igodai. Well, he doesn't look like someone who's been on stage for 20 years because he looks young, really younger and all. But well, congratulations to him. The impact should spiral. The impact shouldn't be limited to him. He should find a way to bring up, young people who aspire to be comedians. And of course, there should be people who have passion for it, not people who want to come in because the likes of you and the rest of them making money from it. So what else should I talk on now? Okay,
libido, what women wished men knew.
Oh, there are a lot of things women wish men knew. Our systems are different, and the way we perceive things are different. Research, it's what everybody knows. There are some things that men want every now and again, but women are just not in for it every now and again. So it takes some kind of effort, it takes some skill in quote now to be able to achieve that. You get a pro one of these days to talk on that, Omotayo. I'm not a pro.
All right, find out all the details of this story on page 10 of the Saturday Vanguard. And so with that, we want to wrap up this segment of the review of the weeklies. Bossa, you want to say anything before we go?
Okay, let me wish my people a happy Easter celebration. The very best. We shouldn't just celebrate the day, just eating and being on field cues, but we should actually emulate the person we're celebrating at this time, who is Jesus Christ. Whether you're Muslim or you're Christian, it's about selflessness, it's about living together in unity, in harmony, and all of that. And of course, remember to always seek the good of Nigeria. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, Bose. And also, sacrifice is very key at this time. And so, I'm still with you. Of course, the program is not over yet as we take a look at what is happening in the education sector, as we take a look at the recently concluded JAMB examination. Stay with us.
Mommy, more. Where would I be without you? Now you be my best friend. Now you be my sister. Now you be my mentor, and you are still my mama. Mama na mama no lazy. You help me reach my peak in mama. Now you wash my infant head. Oh, everything for you I go do, mama.
Show your sweet and caring mother how much she means to you. Celebrate her with the special Peak Packs. Peak, it's in you.
You can now watch Core TV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to Core TV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. And Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click Core TV, leave a space, then News. Core TV News, a 24-hour news station.
For topical issues, Nigerians must have something to say.
Arms. We don't need arms for anything. Let them put it into education.
They need to ban other arms now.
What are they fighting for? Who?
Government should deal with them squarely.
Please help us bring back our guests. No money, no markets. We are dying. Everybody is crying. Nothing.
Any man God support, no man stops.
It's a prophecy I believe he must have received from heaven. Yes.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Core TV News now live on all Androids.
Welcome to Core TV Primetime News.
Download Core TV News app from your Play Store. Click on the menu to see all our top stories. From politics, sports, business, foreign news and live TV to watch us live on your mobile.
I want to know why I should be believing them.
You can also click on video to see all our YouTube videos. Call TV News at 24-hour news station.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digi360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Now, for whatever that must have resulted to that, I apologize to you.
Thank you, sir. Your apology accepted.
Great Nigerian students.
Praise.
This is a democratic dispensation. And you have the right to visit those you have elected to complain to them.
Yes.
So that is the more reason why you are welcome.
Thank you.
But in a crowd like this, there is tendency that some people who are not part of you might have mingled with you.
Yeah.
There is that tendency for somebody who does not even know why you are here to join you. And that is why in any student movement, student leaders, conscious student leaders are always conscious of mob action and mob movement. Because some may actually want to truncate even the cause you are fighting for.
Well, what you just saw play out there, of course, our students who were not so pleased with the outcome of the result they got when they wrote the last unified tertiary matriculation examination, which is called UTME. And of course, this year's exam was actually conducted using the computer system called the CBT, the computer-based test. And from what you heard, students say they're clearly not happy with the result they saw. You know, a lady said she had 007, that's having 7 over 400. And so you want to ask, what sort of result is that? And some say that the questions are quite so cheap. And so why would they come out to getting 100 and something over 400? You know, some even gave revelations of seeing a result at some point, then the next minute, you know, they have a higher score. Some touted it as a miracle, but it's clearly fishy on why I get to see a result and the next minute it changes. And so much about this recently concluded examination conducted by the Joint Admission Matriculation Board. that's this JAMB, the examination, and of course a lot of issues really pertaining to the education sector. And so right now we'll be speaking with stakeholders who actually participated in the exam to tell us what their experiences are. Of course, some people actually showed their grievance through a protest, and some are here with me to tell us what their experience was like when they wrote the exam. And joining me on set today, I have Oluwatimileyin Alo, who is a student, and Adeife Akonde, a student as well. They both participated in the exam. Good to have you both on the show today. All right, now let's start with Oluwatimileyin. You said you wrote your exam on the 1st of March.
Yeah.
I'd like you to recount what your experience was like when you wrote this exam.
It was a good experience. The computer system were okay, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, good experience.
You know, how about others in your center? You know, were there issues? You know, some complained of server going off, the system not good enough. Did people have such experience in your center?
Yeah, there was the time that the system does go off on its own, but when the system off, they will take another side.
Okay. So, and so was extra time given to accommodate to finish up? Okay, so for you it was a good experience. Yeah. Okay, let's have your own version.
In my own center, first of all, I wrote my exam 6:30 in the morning. So that meant me waking up as early as 5 to get prepared and leave home to be able to make that time. Unfortunately, it was raining, so we had to go in the rain. When we got there, we were not allowed to go into the school compound at all. Even we had to stand under the rain, and it wasn't friendly at all, if not for the fact that some people brought umbrellas and we had to share. We started the exam about 7 something thereabout, and when I got into the hall, I didn't find my seat number. The supervisor in the exam hall had to send me to just go sit on a particular place because the numbering was I don't know if that was how they decided to arrange it. For mine, there was 175, 176. My seat number was supposed to be 177, but where there was supposed to be 177, there was 248, then 178. So throughout in the whole exam hall, my seat number was not found. The supervisor just told me to go sit on a system, and it was okay. My system didn't have any glitch or all that. The questions were cheap, and I was skeptical when I saw that, because I was wondering, this is not the JAMB Nigerians are used to, considering that they had also reduced the time from 3 hours 30 minutes to 2 hours 45 minutes. Then I also noticed that there was in my center there was somebody whose system had a computer flex problem. For people that know about computer, when your screen has a flex, the screen flickers.
Okay.
So I was wondering how that student was going to be able to use that system to do the exam. The person might have complaints now because we don't know how it all played out for him. So things like that. When I saw my result, I was so shocked because I was like, this wasn't what I expected. Considering the ease with which I was able to finish that exam. But
what was the result you got?
I got 202.
202.
Yes.
And so you expected way beyond
that.
Okay, and so for you, if you were going to look at what happened on that day, what would you really ascribe that result to?
For me, I believe probably it's their marking.
The marking
scheme. Yes.
Okay. Now for you, Timileyin, I think you had also 200 and something.
Yeah, 225.
225. Yeah. And you know, the computer-based test is actually a new innovation. Of course, this is the first time that has been introduced in writing JAMB exam. So what was the experience like using computer to write the exam? Were you accustomed to the computer system before the exam?
Yes, my school, they organized a computer-based trial for us to prepare for the JAMB CBT test. So it was easy for me to.
Okay. And so for you, if they asked you, would you prefer this kind of system to continue or go do the paper pencil style, which would you rather choose?
I prefer the computer based.
Okay, why?
Because at times when you write, your handwriting they might not see your handwriting, but this computer based very easy, and the questions were easy to answer. So I prefer the computer based.
Okay. Now we saw some student protests about the result and the fact that even calling for the resignation of the registrar of the examination board. For you, why do you think they are making so much call? Why do you think they're so not pleased with the outcome?
For some people, the CBT was bad for them. Maybe it's due to some problems, sure. But to me, this one was okay.
Okay. You also shared an experience of somebody who had an earlier score, then later it changed. How did that happen?
I don't know. I heard that they were adding 40 marks for some people. That's what I heard. Somebody checked his results, so he got 179. Then he checked later, he got 279. So I don't know.
That's beyond 40 marks.
Yes.
That's beyond 40. Okay.
I had that issue of 40 marks too. At least I know of someone who initially had 156, then checked later and had 196. So it's been different stories generally. There are cases of people writing science subjects and getting results for art subjects. That's right, maybe maths, physics, chemistry, biology, English. Then you get a result for economics, commerce, and government. How is that possible?
Possible, yes.
It's like it's hilarious. Let me just be like that. I was so annoyed. My parents had to calm me down. Considering it's a computer-based exam, you shouldn't expect this kind of discrepancy, because computers are said to be, we won't say they are fail-proof, but at least to some extent they have security will I say parameters that are considered. For me, I believe the CBT is a welcome idea, but considering the level of computer literacy in Nigeria, we should still balance it. It should be a balance of both the computer-based and the paper-based test, because we have a lot of people who are going to write the exams who live in the rural area. Now we have the electricity issue in Nigeria, where we don't currently have the current generation of electricity is very low. We don't have the spread of computers far and wide and all that. So why don't we give the consideration to those who live in the rural areas and might not even have the access to computer systems like we do in Lagos here?
Because you had a prior training before the exam.
Yes, I had a prior training, and even before that, I work with computers personally. I have my own personal system and all that. So working with the computer wasn't difficult for me. But considering those that are not computer literate, for example, we have to consider, there are a lot of things to consider, and also looking at it, I don't know how well the board prepared for this exam. They had a 1 year gap, and this is an exam where the complaint has been the most. We didn't hear this kind of complaints last year. We didn't hear it years before. Why is it now that this is coming
probably
up?
Because of the new system of writing the exam. Year over, it's been the old pencil and paper style.
Yes, but this is not the first time. This is the second time.
The computer-based test.
Yes.
Okay.
They started it in the year 2015. That was the first time they did it.
And you're sure people didn't complain this much?
I didn't hear so much complaint. Although I didn't take it then, but I didn't feel this much complaints. And even if we are going to compare this standard with international standards, they have a lot of work to do. Because I wrote the SAT exams, it was paper-based. I didn't have any issue with this at all.
Okay. And so some people are, the board said that some people would be given the opportunity to resit for the exam. Is that clearly good news for you?
Well, it's good and it's also not good, because for most of us, we have just sat back and relaxed after the exam. That was the truth. Because after seeing the result, I dropped everything. I was that annoyed. So imagine that kind of thing happening, and then you're saying you're rescheduling the exam. Yes, it's welcome news for those who had issues. For them to go sit and try and prove their worth again. But for me, I was able to make my cutoff. So
okay, all right. Okay, now we want to wind up this segment now. The computer-based JAMB exam, to some good, to some fair, and to some very, very terrible. And so if you were going to advise the government of the day, of course, the education is to really those in the education sector, the stakeholders who would be making plans and preparations for another exam. What and what would you like them to take as lessons to actually implement in the nearest future? Simile.
I'd like them to amend their the way they give out the results. It should be accurate and everybody should get what they want.
What they want or what they deserve?
What they deserve.
Okay. Because, you know, it's one thing to write an exam. You can't get what you want at the end of the day. Okay. And so aside from that, any other thing? Okay. No other thing. Okay, for you?
Well, for me, I believe they should go with both the CBT and the paper-based. Then they should make amends to the current CBT practice, because it keeps technology keeps improving, and there's a saying, technology will always have its way. There will always be issue of servers crashing or all that, but they have to make fail-proof for things like that. And going ahead, they should I think they should provide more educational facilities, because I'm hearing currently that the carrying capacity of Nigerian universities is about 500,000. Considering the total number of candidates we have per year, that is not welcome news. Because looking at it, it's more like almost, I won't say this thing, but it looks like it's even easier for we to get admission abroad than even in our own country, and that's not something good at all.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something on better treatment. You know, you had to stay in the rain before you moved to
yes they should consider that too, because we are not chickens. Even chickens have their own sheds. We have to, at least even in the rain, in the sun, they should provide somewhere that we have to sit. Some people came with their parents and had to stand under the rain. It wasn't funny.
Okay, why do you think you were prevented from entering the center when you came?
I believe it's for security issues and issues of malpractice. That was the major thing. But they are supposed to have made preparations for that. You know that this is we are not fully into the rainy season, but you have to prepare for everything possible. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Adeye Akonde and Luatimile Alo. It was really nice having you on the program. And so I just wish you all the best with your admission while you move into school full time. Okay, we want to wrap up this segment, and when we return, we'll be speaking with an educationist, Yomi Otubela, will be joining us. It is the former president, NAP's Lagos State chapter. Just stay with us, and we'll be right back.
For topical issues, Nigerians must have something to say.
Arms. We don't need arms for anything. Let them put it into education.
They need to buy another arms now.
What are they fighting for?
Government should deal with them squarely.
Please help us bring back our guests. No money, no markets. We are dying. Everybody is crying. Nothing.
Any man God support, no man stops.
It's a prophecy I believe he must have received from heaven. Yes.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Core TV News now live on all Androids.
Welcome to Core TV Primetime News.
Download Core TV News app from your Play Store. Click on the menu to see all our top stories, from politics, sports, business, foreign news and live TV to watch us live on your mobile.
I want to know why I should be believing them.
You can also click on video to see all our YouTube videos. Core TV News, a 24-hour news station.